We have seen to find the project duration and the critical path using critical path method. Now let's move to PERT. PERT is project evaluation and review technique. It is basically advanced version of CPM. So this PERT, it is founded by US Navy research team and it uses three time estimates. So in CPM we have seen it uses for an activity that there is one starting node, there is one finishing node, and there is some activity A which has time duration Dij. But here it does not consider only one time estimate, but here it considers three time estimates, which are optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. Okay, and using these three, finally it will give the expected duration of an activity using beta distribution. So basically, since it is using beta distribution, some distribution is there, so it means this is probabilistic and CPM is deterministic, right? Now let's see what is the meaning of this optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic time. So suppose you are here at point A and you are going to this point B. Let's say this distance is 500 kilometer, suppose. Now if everything is fine, what happens that you take a time of, let's say, t is equal to, let's say, 10 hours, and simply you can find out using the Newton's equation of motion that S is equal to ut plus half at square. Simply you can find out what is the value of the time, but generally it does not happen, right? So if this happens, that is the optimistic time. So t naught or t0 or to is 10 hours, but generally this does not happen. Whenever you go from, if you are driving by car or anything, then you have to take a break, right? You cannot directly go from one point to another without taking a break, right? So that is the most likely time. So let's say you take the break of 1 hour. So what will be the most likely time? 11 hours. This happens generally and this happens rarely. Then what is pessimistic time? Pessimistic time means what? So you are going from A to B and suppose there is an accident here. Now the accident happens due to which your time increased by 5 hours. So this is 15 hours. So this is pessimistic. So optimistic and pessimistic, it rarely happens, right? So that's why here this considered all three time estimates in PERT to find out what is the activity duration. Okay, so you know what is normal distribution, that there is a mean here at 0 and there is standard deviation, the negative and the positive, right? So this standard deviation, what does it mean? That is deviated from the mean, that is the error, right? This is the normal distribution. Then what is beta distribution? Here it is beta distribution. So it considered optimistic time, pessimistic time, and this probability, this is the, so this y direction, that is the probability distribution. So it rarely happens, right? That's why here the graph has been decreased. And similarly this pessimistic time, it rarely happens. And most likely time, because generally in our case we have seen we take break of 1 hour or 2 hours, right? So that is the most likely time. And using this time estimates, finally using this formula, it has given weightage of 4 for this most likely, because generally it happens and t0 and tp rarely happens. Finally it gives the activity duration. So this is the beta distribution. So just remember, here in PERT we use beta distribution and to find out the activity duration, and in CPM we don't use any distribution. Okay, simply we are deterministic value. Okay, so whenever you use probability distribution, then you have to find out the standard deviation, that is the error, right? And you cannot use standard deviation, you use variance. Why you use variance? Let's see for an example. Suppose the exact value, of let's say distance, this time from one place to other is 10 hours. Suppose that is the exact value which is coming, like let's say most likely. Now what is this error? Let's say this is sigma. Suppose you reached there in 9 hours, right? So what will be the error here? Minus 1, because you have reached 1 hour earlier. Now in the second case, again you went from one place to another. It exact value is 10 hours and you have reached there 1 hours later, right? So here what will be the error? That is 1 hour. Okay, similarly for the third time, when you go from one place to another, exact value is 10 hours and you have reached 2 hours earlier, minus 2. In the fourth time you have reached 2 hours later. So when you add this all thing, what is the total error? That is 0, right? So there is no any error. So does it mean that you have reached here 1 hour earlier, 1 hour later? So it doesn't give any error. That's why here, to just square this, to convert this minus to positive, we use here sigma square. That is the variance. So when you square this one, so this will be 1, 1, 4, and 4. So what will be the total variance? That is 10. Then what will be the sigma? That is square root of 10. So whenever you use probability distribution, you need to calculate variance as well. Okay, so procedure to find probability of completion of project within due time. Here in the last slides we have seen how to find out the expected duration of an activity. Now here we will find out what is the probability that okay, this project will be completed within the due time. So for any project, any client gives some due time to the to any industry, that I need this item, this much item in 1 month. So that item which that time which is given by the client, that is the due time. So here we will find out what is the probability that okay, this will be completed, this project will be completed within due time. So first of all, you need to find out this expected time for each activity, which we have seen in last slide by using beta distribution. Okay, and then since you found out what is the expected duration of activity, and then you follow the CPM method to find the project duration, then you need to find out the variance for critical path. And if there are more than one critical path, then select the critical path which has largest sum of variances. So this sum of variances of critical path, not any other path, just the critical path. Okay, so critical path means which contains only critical activities. So only you have to sum all the variance of critical activities. So whichever, if there is more than one critical path, then use that critical path which has the largest sum of variances. Then you need to find out what is this z. By this z is the standard normal variate. So this formula you have to use to find out the z. What is this t? So t is the project due time, TCP, that is critical path project duration, and this sigma, that is the standard deviation of critical path. So you have to find out the variance of critical activities, then sum them, and then take the square root. So that will give the standard deviation of critical path. So you found out what is z value. So z is not the probability, but this is normal variate. Then how to find out probability? So in the next slide, there is one video which will show you how to find out the value of probability, or you can find it online as well, that this is the normal variate and then convert it into probability. So let's see this video.
Switch on the calculator. Okay. Now press this mode, you will see the number third is stat. So select number third, then press AC. Now press this shift, and then where the stat is, you will see here in yellow color, this is stat. So press this one. The fifth number is distribution. So select fifth number, and we need to select P. So number 1. Let's put some value here. Let's put 0. What is the probability? 0.5. So let's try one more example. Press AC. Then again select stat. So shift and then 1. Then 5. Then 1. Let's take -1 equal. Probability is 0.15866.
So this here we have seen how to find out the probability. So this -1, that is the value of z. So you have calculated z value from the last formula. Here, by using this formula, you have calculated the value of z. Then simply put the value here and then find out what is the probability. Okay, some points to remember. In PERT, activity duration follows beta distribution, as we have seen that it follows beta distribution to calculate the activity duration. But to calculate the project duration, it uses normal distribution, not the beta distribution. So in exam, it can ask that to find out the activity duration, which distribution it follows, and to find out the project duration with which duration, which distribution it follows. Okay. PERT is event oriented. In CPM, we have seen that CPM is activity oriented because float concept is used, right? Here we are considering three different time estimates. That's why here slack concept is used. Okay, so this is the end of this part. Now in the next video, we will see some of the examples.